Michael Bay. This is such a Michael Bay ending, it's ridiculous. Oh my god. All they're missing is a freaking Linkin Park song. Oh my gosh.
Look, Moira. I know I should have let you have your space.
It's okay. I gave you plenty of reasons to worry.
You held your own out there, Moira.
Of course she did. She's a fucking Burton. Anyway, let's let these guys come in and clean up.
Oh yeah. We did most of it anyway.
So, what are you gonna do now, Barry?
I'm gonna go back to being a father.
Aww. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. There you have it, guys. Resident Evil Revelations 2. The story was fantastic. The reason why it was fantastic is because they took what they had from previous Resident Evil games, which was terrible AI support, and they gave it a little bit of a buff. And they gave the opportunity for you to switch characters and offered those extra characters a different type of an experience. You can play through as Claire or Barry using the guns, or Moira and Natalia using different special abilities to help out the main characters, not offering them main primary weapons to actually fight, which was a big mistake in the prior game that they had, which was Resident Evil 6, and then even Resident Evil 5 with Sheva and Chris. And outside of that, what can I say? I mean, the gameplay is decent. There's some horror aspects. There's moments where they do try to scare you, and they sometimes succeed. Like the first time I played through this, which unfortunately I wasn't recording at the time. I wasn't too sure about my experiences with Twitch, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue doing it, but I'm pushing through because I enjoy playing games, and why not share these experiences with people? Now you get to see my reactions to games, and this is kind of just a teaser. This game is not a big, huge, crazy game. It's not something that came out right away. It's not something that, you know, people were coming to look at to see if they wanted to play it or not. This is something that's been out for a while, and is just something for me to get my own experience a little bit into doing commentary while I'm playing through a game, talking a little bit, being goofy, and that's what I like doing. And if I can do that and play a game at the same time, and on top of that, be able to have conversations with people, you know, individuals who want to come in and watch what I'm doing, that's great. I love interactivity, and I want it to just consistently happen from here on out. So this is a testament, this is a sign that I am continuing forward, and I'm putting it all, putting my 100% into it, and offering some of the great games that not many people may know about. This is not a game that a lot of people went in to go and grab. It's kind of Capcom's way of trying to revitalize Resident Evil in a different sense, in a sense of, how can I put it, not being way too action-based oriented. They bring back some of the terror, they slow things down a little bit, They don't make it so high octane. There's like maybe at the most 4 instances where you will have quick time events that will trigger something in the scene. The most notable one was the fight with Neil, where at the end you have to switch over to Moira and crawl towards the gun and fire. Well, you don't even fire it at them. They wanted to stay away from that. They wanted to push that further back, and they wanted to put out just a great story, great visuals, interesting puzzles, not necessarily the hardest ones. In fact, I'd have to say that Resident Evil Revelations 2 has subpar puzzle experiences. But outside of that, it offers new, unique stories, brings back the T virus, and combines it with the future events with Ouroboros and everything. And I thought that was really cool, trying to meld everything together into this unique universe. Now, if they do continue, which I'm sure they're going to continue, because there are things in this game that you are revealed to that can offer other experiences, not necessarily, past, like going back, like a prequel. The difficult thing about Resident Evil is that the timeline, originally the timeline took place slightly in the future. Like, I think when the first Resident Evil game came out, it was like a year or two prior to what the events in Raccoon City was supposed to occur, like maybe a year later or something like that. And then they pushed those events forward. But then once they hit Resident Evil 5, they kind of just stayed there. They hovered in this timeline, this time zone of events in or around the 2000s. And this one, obviously, taking place just, gosh, how many years after Africa? I can't remember how many years after Africa. I think it was like 3 or 4. I can't remember what they said in the game. But yeah, now it's taking place prior to it's 2016 right now, so it's even before 2016. So if they wanted to come out with this new mainstream title, they can make a Revelations 3, bring it out, and set it into a period that's could be the present or even the future. But I'm really happy about this game. I loved it. Obviously, look at this. There's a ton of people that helped out with this game, and for good reason. It's fantastic. Yeah. And as you can see, they do put in different things from other games in here, like Resident Evil Degeneration is the casting model for Claire. They used the model for Claire from Degeneration in here, which was a movie in 2008 that was supposed to show, I think it was an event just prior to Resident Evil 5, where Wesker was trying to obtain a sample of the G virus to help create Ouroboros. And yeah, okay, we're getting the loading screen now. I don't recall if there's anything here after the credits or not. Okay, here we go. I'll shut up now.
So he's in China now?
However, at this time, we are unable to find
All right.
connections to the wide-scale terror
Yeah.
events that
Well,
occurred
tell Piers to look after him.
as well as
You see, that's Chris and Piers from Resident Evil 6. So this is taking place like now, like boom, right around Resident Evil 6.
the UN anti-terrorism.
Dad, would you get your ass in gear? Claire will be here any minute.
They really are bringing all the characters together here, and
Excuse me.
they're really trying for like a
Baldy,
new
you see
game.
my jacket over there?
I have a feeling there's going to be a big game coming out for Capcom. There's Lottie in the left again.
a cage went in search of a bird. But now, the bird is gone. The bird has changed.
So that's supposed to lead you to believe, episode 4, Metamorphosis, and that's supposed to lead you to believe that Alex Wesker was successful in transferring her mind over to Natalia. Apparently now she is present in Natalia's mind, and apparently has control over her, which is crazy, and not good. But we got some medals this time around. The last time I played through the last chapter, the first time I played through it, I was moving so slow because I had no idea what I was going to expect. And there's one thing for sure: Resident Evil final bosses are some of the hardest, craziest bosses to face, but some of the coolest ones. And to be totally honest, Alex is a really cool boss to face. You face her in like multiple forms. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And of course they end with the rocket launcher. They have to. The RPG, whatever you want to call it. And my clear time is always bad for this chapter. I never run through it or anything. It's really strange. But it looks like I got like some extra stuff, which is kind of cool. And based on the medals that you get that BP bonus. So I got 1.4. That's not bad. And as you can see in the top right, or towards the top right I should say, emblems, bugs, I'm not really going for all of that. I'm mainly going for the experience for everyone else to view. So that was that. Uploading. Loading. But it's great, I found that Elder Magnum. I can't believe I missed that the first playthrough. I cannot believe I missed that. That Magnum is so strong. So strong. My goodness. Okay, we're going to go to our skill settings here and clean up a little bit with these skill settings so we can do a extra evasion distance cover. And I'm definitely buying that because those killing blows from those guys, they're the Ouroboros enemies with the really long arm with the claw at the end, and they got all those tentacles hanging out over them, and that big weak spot in the middle. When they do that charging attack, I am never ever ready for it, and for some reason it's really hard to evade it. And even if you're in full health, like as I experienced in this game, you can die from it. So now I know not to do that. So there we go. But we're going to go back out here and let that reload. As you can see, I did get a couple DLC things. I got the Survivor version because the Survivor version is for her DLC, and the Black Dress Natalia is for the DLC as well, which is supposed to represent Alex as a young child that looks like Moira. So I didn't get the other costumes. They looked really stupid, like Cowgirl Claire or whatever, and there's like I don't even know what the berry one is, but whatever. And I thought it was kind of cool. I don't have it here because I don't think I unlocked it. Like, you have to use your BP points to buy the extra things, which is stupid. But I think they have an old retro version for screen effects, and I'm kind of curious about that. So at some point I am going to go back and do that. As you can see, there's our clear time kind of rating thing. We did S, A, S, A, 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 A. It'd be kind of funny if I did like a BSAA, BSAA. That would have been hilarious if I did that. I should have done that just for the fun of it. But yeah, that's that. These are the two side episodes that I might end up doing. This is The Struggle, which is way better than, in my opinion, than Little Miss. The Struggle plays with Moira involving the Russian dude that she comes across, and Little Miss takes place, I believe before Natalia meets